Now that is a sign that I like to see.
We got sliders on, probably the worst pairs of shoes for a steep walk. Behind me is the castle.
Good morning guys, from day 2 in Saranda. We've just had another lovely breakfast. I'm actually too full after having the food at Limini last night. By the way, I would highly recommend that place. Incredible food, incredible view. When you've got to wait for a table, you know it's going to be good. But today, we don't want to go too far venturing out because we're only in this hotel for one more day. Let me check into our Airbnb for a week tomorrow, which is very exciting. So we're going to go for a little walk and we're going to head up above Saranda. Check out Lekursi Castle. Apparently the views from up there show you the whole horseshoe-shaped bay, which should be very, very nice. And you can also get incredible views of Corfu. I'm not going to show you. I've slightly recovered from my jellyfish sting. I think it was a jellyfish. Anyway, I got a rash on my leg from something that bit me in the sea. But yeah, I think I'll make it up there.
So when we mentioned it to the lady at our hotel, she was really shocked and she was like, "You're gonna walk all the way up there?" But I think it's like a day trip. When people come from Corfu to Saranda, it's one of the things that they actually do, which is to hike up to the castle.
Or do they get a taxi?
They probably get a taxi.
They definitely get a taxi.
It's a nice, I think it'll be a nice walk.
Yeah, for sure. It's gonna be hot.
We will enjoy it anyway, but yeah, it will be very, very hot.
I'm gonna leave you, Molly, because look, right behind me, this is like the main cobbled street in Saranda town, just behind the promenade. And we have an old bunker. I don't know if you can actually go in it.
No, you can't. It's like a oh wow, that's
it looks
pretty
like
cool.
A memorial. You've got like pictures of it. Oh, this is really cool. Not the place you would expect to see a bunker at all in the middle of a seaside touristy resort. It just doesn't fit, but you know, Enver put them everywhere.
We weren't sure if we were going the right way because there literally is no signs for Lekursi Castle. But I just checked maps. By the looks of it, it's like there.
So we got the mountain. You think town's quite far behind us now?
And it looks amazing that way, but it looks like the castle's like up here. But to get there, we're gonna have to go up, all the way round, and then up again. I'm gonna die.
Okay, we are sort of lost. The main road in Saranda that we're following out now seems to be going on forever. And I keep looking up at the mountainside and there's like no way up. So I don't know if we've got to follow the road all the way around. If we've got to follow the road, this could take hours. Now that is a sign that I like to see. Turn right for the castle of Lekursi. It's literally next to this little fancy mural castle this way, but I don't know how far.
You can actually see why people will just get a taxi, because from the town in a taxi, it'll probably take about 5 minutes.
We got videos to make though.
We have videos to make. Look at how steep this is. We got sliders on, probably the worst pairs of shoes for a steep walk.
Everyone that drives past us on the way up here looks at us as if we're crazy. No one else is walking up here. You can definitely see why people drive it. It'd take like 2 minutes, but it hasn't been too bad. And the views over the mountains behind me, they're a little bit hazy today, are incredible. They're actually the ones that we came through on the road when you turn off from like near Jurokasta to come through the mountains into Saranda.
Behind me is the castle. We made it. That was a really steep ending there, wasn't it? It was like curly and high. I'm dying, but it looks like it's not open.
I'm not sure. A lot of cars have turned back.
Yeah, but there has been just a group of people go in.
Like the entrance, we have the main bit of the castle that is left here. The entrance is here, which has a blockage, and no one's going up.
But on Google it doesn't say that it's closed, which can only mean that it's open.
But how nice are the views?
The views are
insane. The views from this side, you actually got Corfu there right in front of me, and then it goes along the coast, and then the other side you have the mountains. Oh, and there's bunkers everywhere.
There's bunkers everywhere. It's so cool.
So we have just entered the castle gates, and I believe it is open, but I'm the only, well, me and Molly are the only two people currently up here. There's not actually much of the castle left, it's just the ruins, and they've turned it into like a restaurant bar area here, and the views are just incredible. The restaurant's massive. So like one layer here, a little bit further down, and then there's an even nicer bit down there that looks over the whole of Saranda town.
I feel like I'm watching over the city and Corfu right now. Look, I've got my little chair. It was actually built in the 1800s, so these ruins are pretty old, and I believe it was built by the Sultan of Turkey at the time, and he was invading Corfu, or they took Corfu over, and he had to take this part so that he could keep an eye on Corfu, which seems pretty random. You thought they would just have one in Corfu, but literally the views from up here are insane. You can literally see everything.
I think the views, this other side of the castle, could be even better. Literally, you can see the horseshoe and all of Saranda town down below me. It's actually quite windy up here. I don't know if that's picking up on the camera, but they do have a restaurant. It's been a long hike, and I think we deserve a beer. I cannot believe we are the only people in the whole of the castle, considering it has this huge restaurant that overlooking the city. I just suppose tourists are gone now, being that it's September. A lot of the Albanians are back at work or they're back at school, and obviously people don't want to come abroad at the moment because of coronavirus, so we have this whole place to ourselves. I actually feel like what they used to feel like hundreds of years ago when they used this to look out and make sure the town was controlled correctly. Here it's actually really cheap. I was expecting it to be really expensive in there. It was about €1 to €1.50 for a small beer. Them beers were lovely. It did turn into beers, one became two, but the view was too good to miss, and like to have the whole place to yourself is incredible. I reckon it's obviously a lot busier in the June to August months, and of course and I think during sunset it gets a lot busier because it would be incredible for sunset, but we got to walk down. But we found these.
This is so
just
cool.
Outside.
So obviously there are bunkers everywhere, but these just look like extra cool because they're with the castle.
Bunker 1.
Bunker 1. Bunker 2's down there.
Bunker 2 is down there. Bunker 3 is there, and then there's like a lighthouse there.
I think they're just bunkers everywhere.
It's such a strange place to have a bunker next to a really old medieval castle.
Well, I thought it made sense because if they were in there, then people could be in there, but yeah, I'm not sure. We now have the hour-and-a-half walk down.
Fun.
I don't think it will take us that long because you're going downhill. It's not as hot. I hope it doesn't take us that long. It was so much quicker coming back down. I really needed it to be quick because I am starving. We've come into, I don't actually know if it's like a particular shop, but this one seems to be quite busy. It's a kebab shop. It's called Buller's Corner, I think. I've gone for a chicken gyro, and I believe the gyro is it Greek? Mm-hmm. So I'm excited to try it.
It's basically the kebab, the traditional, well, it's not a doner kebab, but it's a chicken one.
But it's in a pitta, and I have never had a kebab before.
That's so bad. Someone from England that's never had a kebab.
I never have, but here goes nothing. Oh, what's not to like about that? kebab was so good. I can't believe it was my first ever time having a kebab. And it was really, really nice. It was like an Arabic pitta with gyro sort of style. So yeah, Greek, but Arabic as well. It was just really, really nice. Unfortunately, they didn't have lamb kebab. So Matt wants a doner. He wants a doner kebab, and their doner was either chicken or pork. So I'm back in the room now, and he has gone to find one. We've Googled it. I did ask the guy in the restaurant, and he wasn't sure. He didn't know whether many places in Saranda did lamb. I'm sure one will. It's just depending on how far Matt wants to walk. But I'm back in the room now. I need to start editing the video, putting everything on charge, and I'm just relaxed. What did you get then?
You're gonna mock me.
I am.
We're not putting this in, are we?
Yes.
I've walked the whole of the Bay of Saranda, checked out 4 or 5 different kebab gyro shops. No one does, or nowhere does, a lamb doner, which is like the most normal one, right? The most traditional. But I've gone for, it's really different. I've gone for a Gouda gyro. Apparently it's the thing round here.
You did try some of my chicken
I know,
anyway.
but the cheese kebab is very, very different. It's what they do over in Corfu, and now it's been brought over here. Why not?
Go on then. I just really like the pita bread or the wrap. It's so nice.
It works. I didn't think it would, but with the cheese, the chips, the salad. Oh, showered, changed. After what I would say is quite a lot of walking today, especially after not being able to find my doner kebab. I've walked the whole of Saranda. Obviously walking up to the castle was incredible. I can't believe how empty it was, the views from up there. I could have sat there all day. I wouldn't be surprised if we go back for sunset. Too much walking. We're not going out tonight though. I'm gonna have a couple of beers, sat on the balcony, get some work done, and we'll see you fresh tomorrow because we're actually checking out of the hotel and checking into our first Airbnb in Albania.